And welcome to our September 14th, 2022 Board of Douglas County Commissioners 5:30 business meeting. I want to welcome those of you who are with us at the old courthouse and folks joining us on Zoom, and also want to give a special welcome to our newly sworn in County Commissioner Karen Willie. Welcome to your first meeting. Just to get us started, before we jump into our agenda, here's a bit of information about public comment. Each action item on the agenda will offer an opportunity for relevant public comment about that topic. We ask that you wait until that agenda item that you're here for comes up for discussion. Additionally, near the start of our meeting, we will invite folks to provide general public comment to the commission, which is a time for addressing issues not on today's agenda, but related to general county business. Public comment will not be recorded and shared on the county's YouTube site to ensure compliance with YouTube's content policies. To hear public comment, individuals are always welcome to join us live on Zoom or here in the courthouse for our weekly meetings. We will first call on folks who are here in person, have a few folks signed up, and then I'll see if anybody else has arrived that would like to give comment, and then we'll turn to folks on Zoom. For anybody online, please plan to use the raise your hand function when the time comes and listen for staff to call your name. All comments will be limited to 3 minutes, and we ask everyone give their full name and Douglas County residence for our meeting minutes. All public comments should be directed to the County Commission. We also reserve the right to mute and remove any speaker who is vulgar, rude, or inappropriate. The public should also know that comments received by the Commission during our meetings do not represent the views of Douglas County government. Lastly, if visual aids are used during the meeting, the presenter will share their screen. Please know that online participants will need a computer, smartphone, or tablet to view those. Materials are also published online for your reference, and a recording of this meeting will be available on our YouTube page and website. With that, the first item on our agenda is a proclamation, and I'm going to turn it over to Commissioner Kelly for this one.
Thank you, Commissioner Reed. This is Commissioner Kelly, and I'm happy to read the proclamation for National Adult Education and Family Literacy Week, which is September 19th through the 23rd. Whereas more than 51.4 million Americans can't read or write at the most basic level, while 75.1 million lack basic math skills, as well as the credentials and skills necessary to succeed in post-secondary education. And whereas every year 1 in 3 young adults drop out of high school. And whereas American Action Forum estimates that America is short an estimated 7.5 million private sector workers across all skill levels. And whereas adult education programs contribute to solving these challenges by helping Americans move along the continuum in their educational journey to achieve basic skills and get prepared for career and college. And whereas adult education programs in high schools and adult schools, community colleges, and community centers offer low-cost, high-value programs that upgrade the skill set of our citizens. And whereas Douglas County, Kansas celebrates Adult Education and Family Literacy Week as a proud participant in the National Educate and Elevate campaign, which helps our citizens learn about all of their adult education options to attain their professional and personal goals. Now, therefore, be it resolved that the Board of County Commissioners of Douglas County, Kansas hereby proclaims September 19th through 23rd, 2022 as National Adult Education and Family Literacy Week in Douglas County. And Angie, I think, is here to say a few words.
I would like to thank the Douglas County Commission for their recognition of the importance of adult education in our county. According to the 2011 U.S. Census, approximately 82% of the population of Douglas County is age 18 and over. While we live in a very educated county, 4.5% of the population age 25 and over, or nearly 4,000 people, lack a high school credential. The foreign-born population of the county is 6.9%. The Adult Education Center is here to serve those in need of advancing their literacy skills to be better prepared for placement in post-secondary education and training and employment. COVID has certainly affected the number of students we have served in the last couple of years. In our 2022 fiscal year, we had 141 participants. 106 of those participants were adult basic education students. meaning upon entry, their skills were at or below the 8th grade level. 2 participants were classified as integrated education and training, which means they were dually enrolled in technical education classes at Peasley Tech while studying to pass their GED exam. 2 participants were adult secondary education students, meaning their skills were at that 9th grade level or above, and 31 were English language acquisition students. 19 participants received their Kansas State High School diploma through GED completion, and 58% of the English language learners who post-tested completed an educational level. Our goals for the 2023 fiscal year are much higher, and we're on our way to meeting them. So far, after 1 orientation, we have 55 adult basic education, adult secondary education students, and 32 English language acquisition students. We have 4 additional orientations for adult basic ed and adult secondary ed, and 1 more for ELA. We look forward to growth and seeing the gains our students reach. If you would like to visit us, you can contact Ashley Eichholz, our administrative assistant, and set up a time to come by. Thank you again for proclaiming next week as National Adult Education and Family Literacy Week in Douglas County.
Thank you so much, Angie. I really appreciate that. That is applause worthy. Thank you. I really appreciate you providing all that information and the work that you do. And on a personal note, I know how impactful the work is. And my mom had a 9th grade education, and though it took her many attempts in adulthood, through the support of the Adult Education Center, she did get her GED, and that was because of tenacious support from those educators. So I really appreciate the work you do here. And we have this proclamation for you to take with you. Thank you. Have a good rest of your evening. With that, we will move on to our consent agenda. Does either commissioner wish to remove anything for further discussion? Okay. Does anybody in the public wish to remove anything from the consent agenda? Does anybody raise their hand online, Sarah? Okay, we'll go ahead and bring that back for motion.
Motion to approve items 1, 2, 3, and 4 on the consent agenda.
Second, and all those in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. With that, we'll move on to general public comment. As a reminder, please state your name and Douglas County residence for the meeting minutes. And you'll have 3 minutes. Justin, you're first. With that, we're going to move on to a regular agenda, item 4.1, an executive session. And at this time, I move that we recess into executive session to consult with the county counselor regarding matters that would be deemed privileged in the attorney-client relationship in order to protect the attorney-client privilege. Also attending will be the County Administrator, Sarah Plinsky, and the Director of Behavioral Health Projects, Bob Tryansky. We will return to open session in this room in 45 minutes. I'm going to extend that to 47 minutes just to make it a little easier and say that we will be back here at 6:50.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Commissioner Reed, you can make your comment. Is the speaker on? Hello? It says it's recording.
This is Commissioner Reed coming back to extend our executive session for 20 more minutes. We'll reconvene at 7 p.m. Thank you.
You are recording.
This is Commissioner Reed just coming back on the record to state that we're going to extend our executive session for 10 more minutes until 7:20. Thanks.
Thank you. You're recording. You're recording. You're recording. Is it not? Can't you hear me? It does not.
I can't hear.
Okay, you're recording.
This is Commissioner Reed extending our executive session until 7:30. Thanks.
Thank you.
Okay, welcome back. We are, oh. Okay, thanks, Sarah. All right, we are back at the end of our executive session, which concludes our regular agenda for tonight. And the next thing on our agenda is appointments. Sarah, do we have any pressing ones to discuss this evening?
I don't believe I have any appointments for tonight.
Okay, I'll just let you move right into miscellaneous items in your memo then, please.
Commissioners, my memo is attached. There are a couple things I want to point out in terms of dates and times, just to make sure everybody's getting them on their calendar. In addition to some great things happening in the community tomorrow night with STA Care Center and DECA. In a week from Thursday, we have the annual township meeting. And then the next day, Douglas County is hosting a full-scale exercise for a hazardous materials response. I guess I'd ask I think it'd be great to have a commissioner there if it's able. I know it may not have to be for the whole time. I think you all have a response in terms of some of these types of things. And so it's also helpful for us to exercise what that does with leadership. So I don't need an answer today unless you know you can make it.
Well, Sarah, I do have that on my calendar, and since I'm probably the only commissioner with hazmat awareness and ops certification, I'm willing to do this one.
Great. I think it's just a good thing for people to exercise that piece of it. In addition to, so I put on here the annual KAC conference. If commissioners want to attend, it's in Overland Park, we certainly can. In addition to that, sometimes we designate, if we don't go or do go, if we have voting delegates, you guys your emails, have probably been getting some of those emails. If not, I can fill them up in the past. I don't know of any other county officials that are attending KAC at this point. I'll try to do more to follow up. I think we just missed a chance to vote on their platform. I don't know that but that's just what that would be. So I'll try to find some of those things out. And then just the new edition of the annual Douglas County Planning Commission annual orientation meeting in October on the calendar. And that's all I have, commissioners.
Great. Thank you, Sarah, and thank you, Commissioner Woolley, for going to that. It actually does pique my interest, but does not work with my schedule, so maybe next time. I just had a couple of quick miscellaneous items. One, I of course don't have the full name in front of me, but I believe it is called the Workforce Innovation Conference. Essentially, it's a statewide conference that's being hosted by Network Kansas and the Kansas Department of Commerce, and it will be here in Lawrence at, well, I know it, most of us probably know it as the Holodome, but the Doubletree currently. That will be on October 3rd and 4th. I learned about it through the Heartland Works Board meeting recently. And so I've forwarded that information to Sarah, who can pass it along if either commissioners interested in that or might know other community partners or contacts who might have an interest in that. It looked like a pretty robust agenda. So, and then also wanted to mention that we had the City of Lawrence had Affordable Housing Advisory Board meeting this week. And two things of note are that the notice of funding opportunity for the Affordable Housing Trust is currently open for just another 9 days until next Friday, the 23rd. So just want to put that out for anybody in the public who might be listening, and then update the commission that the City of Lawrence Human Rights or Human Relations Commission has gave us a really great presentation. Katie Barnett in particular gave us a really great presentation about some updated code language that they are planning to propose to the City Commission, specifically related to source of income, non-discrimination, and a few other things to sort of beef up the non-discrimination code in the City of Lawrence. So it was a really fantastic presentation, and I learned a lot, and I'm probably going to go back and listen to it again if either of you have interest in hearing that. So, and then two other quick notes is that United Way partners and folks in Eudora and Baldwin have Planned some upcoming resource clinics in Eudora on the 22nd at their school district building. I believe it's from 4 to 5:30, and then September 29th at Baldwin City Library, also 4 to 5:30. So just want to help spread the word about those upcoming countywide resource clinics. Any miscellaneous items or updates from other commissioners?
Chair Reed, were you planning to attend either of those United Way resource sessions?
Yes, thank you. I should have noted that. I actually do have them both on my calendar. So if either commissioner is interested in attending one of them, we'll make sure that Robin can publicly notice it.
We'll get them noticed.
The one on the 29th is preceding our Wakarusa South Extension Town Hall, but there's about an hour between the end of the event in Baldwin and the start of the other one.
And Commissioner Reed, I was planning.
Need
to
you a
attend
little
that with-
closer to the microphone, Karen. Thank you.
I would like to attend that if it is possible with some of the members of BRAC. It's one of the organizations that got ARPA funding. But I can send staff without me going if that is.
I think it's great for us to both attend. So we'll just
Yeah.
make sure that Robin
Totally fine.
publicly notices September 29th from 4 to 5:30 at Baldwin City Public Library. Thank you. Any other updates for the good of the order? Okay, seeing none, we are adjourned. Thanks, everybody.